Just up to introduce the next speaker, who is Rory Anderson, a Unison activist, for Social Work Action Network.
Cheers, thanks very much. I mean, it's great that everyone's here, and I'm actually very proud that people have come out to Paisley to actually march around poverty. When I grew up in Johnson, and I have seen over successive decades the amount of cuts to working class people over generations, where the housing schemes have been broken, communities have been broken, and I live in Paisley, and the place that I live in is being broken, and the families that I work with are continually pushed into poverty, and now with this latest round of cuts that are coming round are going to further that exploitation and oppression for people that live in Scotland. And it's so sad to see families who end up coming to me because they're poor, not because of their own choices, not because of the situation they've got themselves into, but because of political choices by a political class who actually want to put wars and their own political priorities in front of the people who need money to survive. And these are political choices. We need to be aware that they're political choices because we can afford it. And we can actually have a resistance to that. And it's so wonderful for people to come out and actually do something against it, because we've got our own political choice, which is actually to stand and fight for independence, is to get out in the streets, is to march, is to campaign for everyone to come out in solidarity with the people of Ukraine and Russia, to actually make a voice heard so we can change the political course in Scotland. And I would say to everyone here, so if you still, the people who are still here at least, is continue fighting. Get out in your streets tomorrow for the Stop the War campaign. Get out in your streets and fight for independence further, because today the choices we make can actually make a difference. What we do matters. So let's make a change now, and let's from today fight for an independent Scotland that's actually going to take people away from poverty rather than further instill it from the Westminster rule. I think today we have to understand that it's not just about Scotland becoming independent. Actually, I think we have to fight for politics now that will change the course of what independence looks like. That means fighting racism, it means fighting against poverty, and it means fighting against a political class who could come into power in Scotland. Let's not be aware of that and actually change the course of independence and put our politics in place. I'm going to keep it short and sweet because I quite like the sun, and it's a rare time you get sun in Paisley. So everyone have a good day, but from tomorrow, from today, and from next week, go out, fight for independence and fight for solidarity of the working class around the world.